It's time to talk about Venom 2. Did I like it? Did I not?
Gracias por ver la esquina de Jody. Thank you for watching Jody's Corner.
YouTube was good. It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. I'm Jody Joe. Thank you guys for being here. Venom 2, directed by Andy Serkis, starring Tom Hardy. It's a sequel to Venom 1, 2018, which grossed almost $900 million in the box office, mind you. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I expected this movie to be trash because Venom 1 was trash. I didn't like Venom 1. A lot of people watched it. Some people think it's like a guilty pleasure. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But Venom 1 was very much trash sauce to me, so I expected Venom 2 to be trash sauce to me. And Sony, for the most part, is just like riding Marvel Disney's coattails so hard. They are so thirsty and hungry, and for Spider-Man, it's ridiculous. And to be in the MCU, it's almost pathetic at this stage. But hey, I'm giving Venom 2 a shot. I just want to let you guys know that I went into this movie expecting a terrible film, so I don't be disappointed, so I don't have to rant. Well, this is a movie that takes place modern times, the Venom sequel, right? Soon after Venom 1 ends, he's same old guy trying to build his career and get back to the limelight that he once was on television. And Carnage, a.k.a. Cletus, is on death row for a lot of sinister murders that he's committed. And he wants to use Eddie Brock in order to kind of give his final sayings before he hits the final countdown, for lack of better words. And it's because of Eddie Brock's ability and his thirst to want to be back on top that he just can't turn this down. So he hears out Cletus and things take off from there. You guys seen in the trailer, he gets bit, he tastes the blood. I've tasted blood and that's different than So, not giving any spoilers away, he becomes Carnage. This movie is pointless in every aspect of itself except one. And that one time where this movie is not utterly pointless, it is not even in the film itself, but it's in the end credit scene. I advise you guys to stick around for the end credit scene because the end credit scene is expected and it's better than everything else in the Venom 2 film. And I'm not joking. I'm not trolling. I'm not even upset. This is a bad movie, but I expected it to be a bad movie. My expectations were incredibly low, so I could just really talk about this calmly from the heart. Tom Hardy messed up taking this role. He does not fit Eddie Brock, period. The chemistry that he has on screen, I'm just not buying it. It looks like he's having a difficult time acting like whatever he's supposed to be acting like. I don't understand the character of Eddie Brock. His voice changes so much in this movie, and I think he's just lost. I think Tom Hardy, the actor, is lost in this role. His voice gets high pitched, it gets low pitched, he'll be like, oh, hi, and then it'll be, it's confusing. I don't identify with his character. I don't even still know his character. Is he soft? Is he hard? Is he mean? Is he nice? Is he sweet? Is he a pushover? What is he? There's a love interest in this movie that's in the first film. She's whack. She's worse than Mary Jane, Kirsten Dunst. She's useless. He's chasing a woman who's marrying another guy, and their chemistry's terrible. Venom the symbiote often pops out of his body and talks to him. Some of it's funny, some of it's not. This movie is trying to go for those MCU jokes very, very hard. Harder is doubling down from the first film. It's all the stuff that was in the first movie times 2. It's really taking it there. There was some times where I laughed. Sometimes it was funny. Most of the time I didn't, though. This movie is very cheesy. It's corny. And at its core, it has no identity. It has no purpose. It has no meaning. I think of the worst movies in the MCU, like Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel. Those movies are at the bottom of the barrel for me. They're pointless, they're useless, and I don't like those movies. But they're not totally useless when you think about them. They exist within the MCU. They're building the bigger picture. Ant-Man and the Wasp was useless, but they had the quantum realm. They introduced it to the quantum realm. Captain Marvel was useless, but they showed us how Nick Fury got his pager. How the Avengers got their name. You know what I mean? Like, there's little stupid things in there that make them need to exist. And okay, fine. I could take that. All right, fine. This movie, Venom, it doesn't have any of those moments. I'm sitting back and I'm looking at this movie and I've watched this film and I'm thinking to myself, why did they make this? This movie screams a sequel made strictly for the cash grab. This is the most cash grabby movie. And to be honest, you guys did go watch Venom and you guys did give this movie almost $900 million in the box office. So naturally, when you give bad movies money, more bad movies follow. Take a look at Transformers. Use them. Look at the Twilight movies. That's just how it works. Will there be a Venom 3? Absolutely there'll be a Venom 3. Will there be a Venom 4? Absolutely. Will there be a Venom 5? Why not? If you keep giving this movie money, they will keep making them no matter how bad they are. I'm looking at this film and I'm like, this is Venom 2. This has no meaning. It should not have been made. This is a sequel that wasn't needed, that they made anyway. There's no redeeming qualities of this film. The CGI looked okay from Venom, but then the scope and the style of it. It looks cinematic almost when you look at, I'm looking at scenes with Eddie Brock and I'm looking at the lens and the look of the movie. It doesn't look MCU. It looks Sony. It looks like a Sony movie. But then you got this hero. The tone of this movie is so off. It's just like the first Venom. They haven't figured the tone out. They haven't figured out the blend between serious and MCU lighthearted. It's this tone of its own thing, and what its thing is confusing. There's a fight between Carnage and Venom that's lackluster. The resolution of that fight is lackluster. The height and the peak of this movie is lackluster. The story is incredibly simple. Resolution is incredibly simple. There's a character in here who has the ability to scream like Banshee. I'm pretty sure she has a comic book name. The comic book fans will let me know in the comic book in the comment section down below just exactly who she was. She was played by Naomi Harris, though. She was a bad character. She was set up decently, but the way they resolved her was disrespectful and pointless. This movie tried to set things up and couldn't even knock them down. You're setting up the pins and you're just throwing gutter balls all day long until the bowling alley closes and everyone says, hey, good night. And then they hit you with a nice little gift bag on your way out. And you're like, oh, that was a nice gift bag. Everything else was trash, but this is a nice gift bag. And that's what the end credit scene is. It's your gift bag on the way out the bowling alley. It's like this movie was made just for the end credit scene and because it made money. It's ridiculous. I feel so unnourished from this film. I feel dumb because I watched this movie. This movie didn't do anything for me. It didn't progress Venom at all. He's back in the same position that he started in. What did we watch? Did the universe get bigger? No. Did they advance the plot? No. His story, the characters, the side characters, supporting characters? No. It is simply, let's do it again. Round 2, fight. That's what this movie is. People will love this movie because people like bad movies, because the lighthearted, jovial couple of jokes. See, we know the formula. Sony's trying to copy the MCU formula by lots of CG, lots of jokes, and just letting those moments give people the idea that was a good movie because I laughed. Just because you laugh in a movie does not make the film good. It has to deliver on what makes cinema good: characters, story, script, score, impact, emotion, feel. And none of these boxes are checked. The score of this movie is not good. A lot of shaky cam. Andy Serkis directed this movie. Lots of shaky cam in this movie. The direction wasn't too great. I mean, the script wasn't good. I mean, I don't have anything positive to say about this film, and I'm not even trying to be this way. I'm just being honest with you guys. But I do understand how people would like this movie, though, because, like I said, it has action, some action in it. It's Venom. Some people are Venom fans. I understand why you would like it. If you're a Spider-Man, a Venom fan, I understand that. If you're a Sony Universe fan, I understand that. You're a Tom Hardy fan, I get it. But this is the least Tom Hardy movie. It's weird to me. It's weird. I don't even know who Tom Hardy is in this movie. I don't even think he knows who he is in this movie. It's sad. Woody Harrelson did a okay job. I actually thought Woody Harrelson was going to be more menacing and more intimidating and scary. He wasn't, because that's the tone I was talking to you about. This movie should have been, and we all know, should have been rated R. But it's not, because they want to PG-13 up the joint to sell it like Marvel, Disney, and sell tickets. And they're lost in the sauce. Instead of Sony doing their own thing, making their rated R heroes with these rated R characters, they want to copy Sony because they want the big bucks. They want to intertwine. They want to merge universes. So they're doing PG-13 movies with rated R characters. And it just doesn't work. The tone of the Venom franchise just doesn't work. And I'm worried for Mobius. To be honest, Jared Leto's Mobius, I was excited for that, but Sony just can't get their tones right. That's going to be another PG-13 film, isn't it, guys? It's going to be PG-13, isn't it? It's not going to be R. They're going to try to tie Morbius into this. You know what? It's just, no. With these Sony universe of films, I don't want no parts of them. This movie is not good at all. I do not recommend this film. I think that this movie, in many ways, is a waste of time. I mean, we're excited to get back into the theater. We really want to be there, and we want to see some movies because it's been so long since we've been able to see some movies. And I understand why a lot of people want to get out and they want to go to the movies. Nothing wrong with that at all. I completely understand. But sometimes you just can't recommend them. And I give Venom 2 a D-. Mind you, that D- was being nice, flirting with an F, just like that first Venom movie. But this one had more in it. Yeah. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel for more of the real content. YouTube's keeping me in a box because they don't like me, but it's okay. I'm Jody Joe, and I'm out this thing. Deuces.